But that's how most people start a business. That's what most people, they just think they're going to make a quick buck, as opposed to actually being deeply connected to it. And that's when you end up losing. So it's got to be, money's got to be in your top 5, just not number 1. So as I say in the book, money has to be in your top 5, just not number 1. So you have to learn how to make money off of your business. You have to, because otherwise you're stuck with a job that you hate. It just can't be number 1. It can't be above everything else. So when people come in, we had a guy in our live stream 2 days ago, I think, came in and said, "Hey, I've got 2 business ideas. The first one, I enjoy and I struggle with this, and I want to help other people through it. And then the other one, this is hot opportunity with my cousin." Like, no, the first one. Like, don't do the hot opportunity with your cousin. That's just not the one. But that's how most people start a business. That's how most people, they just think they're going to make a quick buck, as opposed to actually being deeply connected to it. And that's when you end up losing. So it's got to be, money's got to be in your top 5, just not number 1.
Hi, Jasper Basson here. I just wanted to remind you about the Daily Entrepreneur Tips series. It's a business growth series for entrepreneurs and contains financial information and also information to grow you as a person and your business, because we will never grow our business any higher than we grow ourselves. So click on the link below and I will send you daily information to grow you as a person and your business, and it's for 365 days of the year.
Tactical here. 1, in your bio of all your social accounts, we need to have something that talks about what they can buy. So it could be hire me for coaching. It could be check out my new book. It could be like whatever you have for sale. This is what I told Zan to do, because Zan will just give everything away, spend all his time for free, and and just love on everybody. It's like, Zan, you need to make money. You got to do this. So when he started doing his Built to Serve Readers Club, that we launched, as he gets better at going through the book and coaching, the idea is to train him to be a Built to Serve coach and help people who go deeper. Because I'm not doing coaching consultant services. I don't want to do it, but Zan does. So that's got to be in your bio. You got to let people know that it's available. And in the Facebook post, we talk about, here's this free group that we're launching that you can be a part of. And if you want to go deeper with me, I also do coaching, and here's the link. So you have it as part of your default messaging. So think about your social media accounts, think about your email, wherever you could potentially talk about yourself. I want you to put in, I need people to know that you have something to sell. Like this is the advice of people who struggle. Some people are just overselling, selling everything as a sales pitch, right? That's what you probably want to avoid becoming, and you're afraid that you might be judged like that. So step number 1 in your social bio, I need to know, like, what are you selling, Pablo? Are you selling coaching? You're selling a training? What are you selling?
Yeah, selling coaching, and I have programs that are different time of the year. Like in March is the next program.
Yeah, so something in your bio that says DM me for coaching.
I see.
Right? DM me for leadership coaching, or DM me for whatever specific coaching. Just so that it's, because you're not gonna offer it by default. So I want to see it in the bio so people know that you're doing it. The next thing is, if it's free, then make them go through some hoops. You're spending your time on it. Make them have to do something. So telling them to ask you on YouTube is a hoop. Some people on mine will be, hey, join us live on Instagram. Join us live on YouTube for the live stream that I do with Zan and Drew. So somebody asked me a question on Instagram, and it's going to be a long one. I just respond to say, hey, let's get into it on my YouTube live. We're going live tonight at 6:00. Join us. And if they're not willing to do that, like they have to show up, right? They've got to own their step a little bit. We've had a guy who's come like 8 times or something to our live stream, named Mike, who keeps asking the same questions over and over and over again. It's like, Mike, like, he's always asking purpose related questions. So Mike, did you get Built to Serve yet? Like you have to get, we're gonna help you. Zan's gonna do a free one-on-one session with you. Zan offered, but you have to get a copy of Built to Serve. Buy it on Amazon, get the free version, like sign up for an Audible trial and get the free audio book, anything. Like you have to, all of your questions are around purpose. The answers are in Built to Serve. You have to go pick it up. And, you know, Zan doesn't even get anything from it, right? If we get a sale from Amazon, woohoo, right? I'm barely making anything. Zan's not making anything, but we're making him jump through a hoop. Like you have to show up. If you're going to show up for them, they have to at least do something to meet you, not even halfway, but like take a step. Show me that you're committed. Show me that you're willing to do something.
Yeah.
Right. So I like that of pushing them to YouTube or pushing them somewhere else. So it shows you who's willing to step up and be a little bit more committed. And I'm happy to, if people want to show up, I'm happy to do it. Most people don't show up, and that's the problem. So we had a guy who wanted to interview me for his podcast. I get just tons of interview requests for podcasts. So I said, come and join us on the YouTube Live and let's talk about it. So he came to the YouTube Live and I said, hey, appreciate you showing up. I'm super busy right now, but talk to me in the new year. And this was in maybe October or something. Maybe Zan remembers. It's October, November. And then he came back in January and he said, hey, I'm just reminding you, hey, we said January. I said, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. And I don't know if I was his first guest or his like fourth guest. He's like right at the beginning, brand new. And because he was willing to jump through the hoops, he got access, right? And so that's something that at the beginning, if you only get 4 comments a day, it's easy to respond to everybody. But as you grow, that's going to be a real demand on your time. And so 1, letting people know that you have a paid version. And then 2, for free, yes, we still do some, but you have to jump through a few hoops to make it happen. And then the third thing I'd offer out is having it public. So I'll help you on my Instagram Live. Come on my Instagram Live and we'll work through it. And if they're not willing to, option 1, they're not willing to pay you. Option 2, they're not willing to go to another platform and ask you a question on YouTube, or 3, they're not willing to go live with you on Instagram. It's like, you gotta show up somewhere. Like I'm trying here, right? You gotta put, like, take that at least one step in to show me that you're a little bit committed, so that it's a use of your time, right? A good use of your time. So those 3 things, and that will weed out a lot of people, but also bring you the people who are actually ready for change and for action. But that's like any coaching. If you're going to dive into somebody's problem, at the beginning, you make it worse. Mm-hmm. And they get defensive. Like a great coach, if you're not bumping up against defensiveness, you're not doing your job as a coach.
All right.
You have to be, when they start being defensive, that means you actually hit on something. If they're just saying yes, 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 they're probably not going to follow through and do anything. It's when they get defensive, like, ooh, okay, let's talk about this, because this is your block right here. But to dive into that, you have to be able to pull them out on the other side. You can't just leave them hanging in the negativity. So if you don't, either 1, want to put in the effort to do it, or 2, don't think you can, then it's better not to address it at all, because you're just going to make it worse.
Yeah, especially when they don't pay you.
Sure. Yeah. But if you're doing, even in the free sessions, I'd say, like, you're doing Instagram Live coaching.
Yeah. Like you said, you
okay,
told me so. I'm doing this,
extra homework, Pablo. Now I want you in your Instagram Live sessions to say, so normally I do this as a paid service. I get paid to coach people on how to, what's the coaching you do? Leadership?
Negotiation. How to approach deals. Yeah.
So normally I do this kind of work. I get paid to train people on how to negotiate. I work with salespeople and CEOs and entrepreneurs to help them close more effective deals. And that's my business. I get paid to do this. But every week on Tuesday, I like going live as a free service for everybody to be able to learn from. And today we've got whoever on, and I'm going to help him with, right? So that people know you're still doing the free thing, but that people know that you do this as a service as well. It's not a hard pitch. It's not saying, and remember, go hire me, right? But you're setting context as you're the expert. You get paid for this.
In the beginning of the session.
Yeah, in the beginning of the session. And you can storytell in the middle if it makes sense, right? So, you know, for example, one of my clients, I was just working with a client on this yesterday, and his biggest problem was he didn't know how to X, right? The fact that you're saying one of my clients, obviously you're not going to say the name and what company they're from, and you can change it. I'll change gender a lot. I'll say guy when it's a girl and opposite, because it doesn't matter who the person is. It's just the story, right? So that people know if you're telling stories about how you're coaching people, it's not with the just intent to try to sell people. You're telling that story for a reason, but it positions you as a coach, and that, oh, he does this as a service. Maybe he can help me negotiate my next deal. I think the thing with Facebook, with any advertisement, is you have to figure out the messaging first. So you have to be talking to people to know what they connect with. So as an example, with TDS right now, my salsa dancing company, we're launching virtual classes because people can't come in and do, you know, in-person salsa classes right now. So Alex is off DMing people on Instagram, telling them about a free class that we have, and playing with what headline, like what's he typing into the message, and then trying to get them on a call to talk about it, to see what do they resonate with. So when he's giving his pitch or talking about what we do, what questions do they ask and what resonates with them? Like, what's the thing that gets people to then go take the free class from the conversation? That's a giant waste of time. Like, I don't need Alex talking for 30 minutes to get one person to a free class. But what it does, that doesn't scale hard, but it gives you the market feedback to know, okay, when I use this phrase, when I say this sentence, when I position it like this, that's what gets people to open my message and then go to the free class. That's what then you turn into an advertisement.
Okay.
At the beginning, you don't know what's going to work. And so it's a waste of money, or it's like a learning experience. You either learn by spending a whole bunch of money on a bunch of different ideas, or you learn by doing the work and talking to people.
So he just DMs random people, not people that's following him, just random people.
He's DMing people. So part of the class is personal development. So it's like people who join salsa, it's not just to learn the salsa steps. They want to make an improvement in their life, right? They're bored. They don't like where they're at right now. They want to learn a new skill. It's on their bucket list, something, right? So he's looking at hashtag personal development and then DMing people who are in Canada or the US. And that's it. That's like hitting 50 people a day, 100 people a day. He does a text message and then a video like, hey, Belinda. And then whatever he can, you know, every day is a slightly different message.
Right.
And just to see what people connect with, but then want to set up a call with him to then talk about the free class. Again, it doesn't scale very hard. It's a lot of time, but zero money. It's just your time to do it. But as he's getting feedback for what people are connecting with, that goes on your landing page. So when you're talking about the book, what's the headline at the top? When you're creating the ad, what's the copy? What's the picture? When you know what people are talking about, what they connect with, it's a lot easier for you to make a better ad. So for example, when we first came up with the landing page, we used text like, you deserve an adventure. Let us teach you. Let's have a great adventure tonight with salsa dancing. And adventure wasn't connecting. When he said adventure on the phone, nobody resonated with it. So our headline is wrong. We need to take off adventure. Like, don't talk about adventure anymore. So as you're talking to people, you say, you deserve an adventure. And you see them do nothing. Like, ooh, okay, I didn't, that wasn't a good, okay. Well, and then you're kind of fumbling to come up with whatever else you can think of. And then you say something like, oh, that, okay, great. And then you update the landing page to have that, right? So right now it's much more about people feel like they're not connected. They're not connected to people. And that's the messages coming up. So we'll update the page to talk about connection. And when Alex is talking to our people, it's talking about connection. And when we really dial that in, then it's going to go to ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads that talk about having connection right now. Because we know that message works, right?